Will this hit play?
I now play electronic music on my new stereo system really loudly when nobody else is in the house, because it is the perfect way to unwind after a long day.
First electronic music I actually listened to was like Sandstorm, Darude Sandstorm.
Dota by Bass Hunter?
Probably Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by Daft Punk.
Taika really kicked off for me.
Pete Tong, who's a big DJ in the UK.
Stuff by Chet Faker.
Disclosure.
It was in 2006, so I was 8 years old. It was just this hype in the Middle East. Like, I don't know, I felt that everyone, all my cousins and relatives, they were all listening to this song, and then I figured out it was electronic music, and then I diverged into a bunch of different electronic music.
Sort of indie, experimental, but very much still electronic, and that sort of opened up the genre for me.
I actually didn't really know too much about EDM back then. That was just something that was so different compared to everything else that I was listening to.
Like actually getting into EDM itself and like looking for more EDM was Madeon. His early stuff was very like easy to get into. It was sort of like melodically interesting, and that was sort of like a big focus without sort of getting caught up in like, oh, like it's like too loud or like too repetitive or some stuff like that.
About a couple of years ago, I came across a guy called Pete Tong on YouTube, and he was performing with a live orchestra. As I'm in an orchestra myself, I was intrigued to watch how an orchestra would perform with electronic dance music. It just looked like an absolute ball. They were all having a great time. Really got into it, and so I went to Manchester, 300 miles from here, just to see Pete Tong performing with his orchestra.
There's so many different subgenres of EDM. Right now I'm probably into future bass,
House,
Drum and bass.
Disco.
Experimental, techno.
Deep house?
It depends on the circumstance. Like if I'm studying, I'd like stuff a little more chill. At the gym, for example, I like more heavy stuff like Flume, but in general I like every kind of electronic music.
There's like something for every mood. You can have really uppy electronic music that makes you want to dance and you want to go out.
A festival or a rave is definitely like pretty high in terms of like the pinnacle of like listening to EDM.
My number one experience with electronic music was definitely Flume, headlining Pop 2017. That experience for me changed the way I look at music. Taught me a lot more about music and the live perspective to electronic music and how much better it can be compared to just listening to it at home on Spotify.
It's like a very like immediate feeling that you're like riding along the music. I feel that I focus a lot more on like the immediate like emotional experience of the music.
It has the whole emotional shebang when it comes to each individual song.
maybe if you took a room full of 100 people of my age, not a majority would like it. I don't know. I mean, I guess there is something about the repetitive nature of the music, the fact that it has a sort of association probably with the drug culture.
I'm not like promoting drug use, but for many people or most people with most songs, sometimes like a drug really helps heighten that euphoria that you feel.
I think it can maybe open up the music more and make you see it from different angles, from different perspectives.
I think a big thing is like festivals and raves. Obviously there's like a significant drug culture there. It might not even be just the drugs in that case. It's like the environment that's created by all the people going with like a sort of similar idea of what they want to experience there.
Maybe I should try that and see how I get on.
It helps out, but it's not necessary. I mean, the thing I love about music, you can listen to it any circumstance, any way you can, and you're gonna find something you like.
Sometimes you have like electronic music that is used only for background, so you listen to it when you're studying, when you're doing something else, you're going for a walk, because you want it to be there, you want the beat, but at the same time you want to be able to focus on something else that's not just the song.
Just because it's pretty like calming and soothing.
Someone like Taika is a bit more relaxing. I could study to taiko, I'd go walking with taiko, I could run to taiko.
Just chilling and relaxing, because you have subgenres that really are defined for any like situation.
Like the same song, you can listen to it in the morning, it will make a totally different feeling from how you listen to it at night. And with people or alone, or it depends really on what you're doing and who you're with.
To encourage people to listen to electronic music, I would say what I say to anybody who is worried about trying new music, which is just let go of the side of the pool and swim and see where it takes you.
I'm always keen to show friends electronic music and get other people into the sort of music I'm into. I wouldn't say anyone looks down on anyone.
If I'm going to a public event or a group event, people don't usually hand me the aux cord because they're not going to know any of the songs. If you want to I don't know, ease people into the genre, you should definitely start off with something that's not too crazy.
I genuinely think for most people, you could probably find some form of EDM that they will actually end up liking, even if they just don't know it yet. I would ask them, what's the weirdest music that you really, really like that you think no one else would like? And I would listen to that and try to find the subgenre of EDM that comes closest to it.
Don't think that just one type of electronic music is generalizable with every kind. And yeah, just keep searching.
People assume that EDM is just a very easy it's super simple, or it's just random noises or whatever. But if you help them understand, people begin to realize wow, there's actually a lot happening. There's a method to the madness.
Music with an atmosphere can really bring you to another place. And then you listen to it again when you're alone, and it reminds you of the moments you spent with your friends, your family. It reminds you of good times.